Good morning, class. We come now on lesson 4. Lesson 4 is all about photographic rays and its nature and characteristic. On this topic, we have to talk about lights, the, addi- additive color mixture, the subtractive color mixtures, the different light sources being used in photography. Light is very much important in photography because without light, they, they cannot produce images. So that light is very much important. Light is one of the number of known form of radiant electromagnetic energy which travel in wave motions. The energies that are capable of being recorded on sensitized materials are the following: X-ray, ultraviolet rays, visible light, and infrared lights. Take note, class. Those are the 4 photographic rays of modern photography. Kindly also take note the nanometers or the wavelength. Huh? Okay, when we say X-ray, the wavelength of X-ray is from 1 to 30 nanometers. Take note, class. Nanometers, we are referring for the wavelength. X-ray, I'll repeat again, X-ray is from 1 to 30 nanometers. Okay, ultraviolet rays from 30 to 400 nanometers the wavelength. Visible light from 400 to 700 nanometers, wherein visible light is considered as the wavelength wherein the only wavelength that the human eye is capable of perceiving. Take note, that is visible light. Okay, and the last one is the infrared rays. Infrared rays has a wavelength of 700 to 100 until 2000, but the longest wavelength that the present sensitized material or film could record is only up to this limit. Okay, that is infrared rays. Okay, take note, class. Okay, less wavelength and more than 400 to 700 nanometers, it is not safe to the human eyes. Take note of that. It is not safe in the human eyes just because they can have a side effect or a bad result as far as the human eyes is concerned. Okay, we have also the production of colors. Okay, there are a number of ways in which color is being produced. Okay, one need to know the variables, the quality or the quantities of colors, so will possible to evaluate colors as quality. Okay, we have what we so called reflection. Reflection, it is the deflection or bouncing back of light when it hits a certain surface. That is what we so called the reflection. Refraction, it is the bending of light when passing from one medium to another. Ibig sabihin, class, if there is an object, okay, hitting by the light, okay, for example, this is now the object. When the light hit the object, okay, they pass on that object through another object. That is what we so called refraction. from one medium to another. Okay. Yung reflection naman, class, okay, what will be the tendency of light? Once the light hit the object, okay, it could only bounce. Okay, hindi na observe ng object yung light. Okay, what will be the tendency? The tendency is only to bounce back on the object that being the target of a certain light. Okay, another production of light is the diffraction. The diffraction is the bending of light when it hits a sharp edge or a certain object. Okay, we have a kinds of object on how to behave to light. We have transparent object. Okay, allow sufficient visible light to pass through them, that object on another side may be clearly seen. Okay, that is transparent. Okay, when we say translucent, allow light to pass, however, diffuse it sufficiently that object on another side may not be clearly distinguished. Okay. Opaque object is greatly diffuse the light that recognizing the object on another side is very much difficult. Ibig sabihin, the object on another side, it could not clearly distinguish. Okay, those are the kinds of object on how they behave to light. Okay, let us come now, class, on different sources of light. Okay, we have two different sources of light. We have natural light sources. Okay, when we say natural light sources, are those light sources coming from the nature. Okay, coming from the nature. Example for that is the sun, moon, stars, heavenly bodies. Okay, those are the natural light sources that pwede silang gamitin, okay, when it is available, diba? Okay, another class is artificial light sources. When we say artificial light sources, are those light sources being made by man. Okay, what are those? Okay. We have continuous radiation. Are those that can illumination continuously. Example for that is fluorescent lamp, incandescent lamp, gas lamp, okay, photo flood lamp. Okay, those are an example of continuous radiation under artificial light sources. Okay, another types or another category of artificial light sources is short duration. Short duration or give a brief flash or light produced by burning metallic wire or the flash bulb or an electrical discharge through a gas-filled tube, or that is what we so called electronic flash. Okay, those are the two kinds of artificial light sources. Okay, we have also class what we so called the forensic light sources. Under this, we have the ultraviolet lamp, the laser. Okay, laser, that is only an abbreviation of light amplification through simulated emission of radiation. That is the meaning of laser. Okay, wherein laser, it is being developed early in 1970. Okay, we discover by illuminating certain item with a laser, that would fluorescence or could made to stand out in sharp contrast from their background. Okay, another class is alternative light sources or the ALS. Okay, it was developed in the middle of 1980s. Okay, as far more inexpensive alternative forensic okay, laser, the ASL use variety of band pass filter to provide a high intensity beam of non-coherent light. Okay, another class is forensic light sources or the FLS. The term is being applied to a wide variety of relatively inexpensive light sources which use filtered white light. Okay, those are all about the photographic rays and its nature and characteristic. Okay, on page 24, okay, that was the self-assessment question. Okay, that was on page 24 class, or the evaluation. Okay, all about the topic this morning. Okay, take note class, the schedule of midterm examination will be on January 5 and 7. Okay, January 5 to 7. Okay, that was the schedule of midterm examination. You have to secure your permit. Okay, in order to take the examination. Okay, I'll repeat again. Kindly answer on page 24, the self-assessment question or the evaluation that was on page 24. Okay, that's all for this morning. Merry Christmas to all. God bless and keep safe to everyone. Good day.